Hello, you're welcome to Johnson Praise TV. This is your digital classroom. My name is Johnson Praise, and I'm going to walk you through UGRC150 past questions review. This is going to be the part 5, and after this video, I won't release any video before your exam. So if I release a video, it's going to be a video purposely for your exams. But with these 5 videos that I've released, they are going to help you prepare for your IA, not just only IA, but for your exam. Should in case they ask you things from session 1 to session 7, even session 8, it covers all these sessions. That is a video from 1 to 7, and today we are going to solve 63 questions. In this video we'll be solving 63 questions, so you should make sure you watch this video to an end. It's going to really help you. Make sure, I'm repeating it again, make sure you watch this video to an end and participate in everything I do, because it is going to help you. I'll be dropping a link under my video. Okay, you go to the comment section, I'll drop a link. That link directs you to my my WhatsApp channel. So you click on it and then subscribe to my WhatsApp channel. And also make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe and then turn the notification on, so if I release a video, you'll be able to also get it. The moment you subscribe and turn the notification on, anytime I release a video, you will get, or probably you subscribe to my WhatsApp channel, I've been posting all my video links there, and any other things relating to other courses too, I post all the links there, so kindly make sure you join that one. And before I proceed, I want to also announce to you that I have special packages for people that want to travel to US, Canada, Mongolia, Serbia, Poland. We have Dubai, Vietnam, and other countries. Just get in touch with me and we will sort you out. If you want us to work on your visa before you pay us, we can do that. If you also want to make down payment or pay us in installment, we do all these things. Our services are uniquely designed to meet your needs. So let's get started. Number 41. Okay, so number 41, the number 4 is what? Number 4 is, I started from with these videos that I'm releasing. Okay, the video that is the first, second, and third videos are my own questions. Okay, and these are part 4 and part 5 are your past questions. But the session 1, the part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 3 was to help you to understand the concept, and if you go through this video, it will be very easy for you because I set questions from all the areas. That is from session 1 to 7, so it will help you, and that is what I can say. Let's move forward. So it says that I am a speech that gives information that is objectively true or false. So a sentence or statement that gives information which is either true or false is what, if you know, you can drop the answer under the comment section. Number 41, if you think it is a value judgment, you drop it. You see, you only type value judgment. I've been reviewing your comment, but sometimes if you write A B, I will not understand it. If you think it is factual statement, value judgment, or whatever, you can drop it under the comment section and I'll review it for you. Okay, and if you don't understand anything, drop it under the comment section. I'll attend to you. Okay, so the answer is what? The answer is what? A factual statement. Factual statements are truth bearers. Okay, or they have truth. What? They have truth. How do you call it? They are true. What? There's a specific word we call it. Okay, so that is what? That is the answer. They are what? Factual statement. They say something which is what? Either true or false. Okay, so it is what? A factual statement. Definition: factual statements are what? They are, that is how they are. And also what? Okay, so a speech, okay, that gives information that is objectively true or false. It is a factual statement. All right, let's look at this one. Number 42, the the sentence "I will marry you when I am ready" is an example of A, vague statement; B, promise; C, equivocation; D, ambiguous statement. The answer is what? A vague statement. Why is it a vague statement? It is a vague statement because the statement is not clear. When I am ready, when I'm ready is not clear. You are not telling the person when you are going to marry the person. So statements that are not clear, okay, it is what? Vague statement. Not all unclear statements are vague, okay? Pay attention. If it is not specific, if the statement is not being specific about the word, which you need additional information or additional sentences to be clear about it, it is what? It is a vague statement. When I say, I will see you when I come. When I come, when are you coming? Okay? When are you coming there? So if I'm to wait for you, it can take like 5 years while so you still not come. It is still when I come. Okay? Or if you say, oh, wait for me, God willing, I will sort you out. Or I am planning to what? To surprise you. When are you planning to surprise me? So it is what? A vague statement. Planning to surprise you is a vague statement. Let's look at number 43. The expression Peter is the rock of the church is an example of what? Peter is the rock of a church. So A, equivocal; B, ambiguous; C, metaphorical; and then D, proverb. So the answer is what? Metaphorical. Metaphorical. The metaphorical statement, they use what? It's when you use what? He use things to describe what? Human being or an animal, okay, to describe the characteristics of an animal or anything to what? To describe human being is what? It is a metaphor. So when you say Peter is the rock, he's comparing Peter to a rock, and it is what? A metaphor. But when it is using the something like or as, it becomes what? A simile. So if I say Kwame is as a rock or Kwame is like a rock, it is what? It is a simile. But when I say Peter is a rock of the church, it is what? A metaphor or metaphorical. Number 44. The imperative candidates must sign up for a group. The candidate must what? Sign up for a group could also mean that A, declarative; B, exclamation; C, sentence fragment; and D, value judgment. This sentence, okay, candidates must sign up for a group. Candidates must sign up for a group is what? It is in a form of imperative. It is what? It's in a command form. You must sign up for it. It's in a command form. But it could also be in a form of what? A value judgment. You must. Value judgment tells how human beings should what? Behave. How human beings should behave. Things we regard as what? Appropriate, and things we regard as what? Unethical or inappropriate. Okay, so you must sign up. It's what? It is telling you or telling you what you should do. Okay, so it is also in a form of what? Value judgment. I hope you understand it. Right, let's move to number 40. Let's move to number 45. Okay, 45. Kofi appears before God, and he looked to choose between heaven and hell. Kofi appears before God, and he asks what? To choose between heaven and hell. Okay, so so he likes. Okay, let me take the 45 again. Kofi appears before God, and he asks to choose between heaven and hell, the place he likes. Okay, so he chooses what? Heaven. Can what? Logically infer that the action that he dislikes is hell. So we all that we are trying to tell you is that the sentence or the question is trying to tell you is that Kofi was asked to choose between heaven and hell, and then Kofi what? Choose what? Heaven. So does this logically mean that Kofi's action, he dislike hell, or what? What could be the reason? Okay, so logically it is no. I'll say that it is no because we cannot logically infer from Kofi's action that he disliked hell, because Kofi's choice of heaven over hell only indicates his preference for heaven. Does not necessarily imply any feelings or attitude towards hell. It's possible that Kofi simply prefer heaven without having any strong negative feelings towards hell. Additionally, his decision to choose heaven may be based on various factors such as belief, desires, and cultural influences. So that is it. So rather than direct expression of his dislike for hell. So I hope you get it. So Kofi choosing heaven over hell, that doesn't mean that he disliked hell, but because it could be as a result of several instances. Number 46, explain why falsifiability is a virtue of empirical science. This one, we have done it even in the first, second, third, and even the fourth video. Okay, if you have not watched those videos and you want to understand them well, go revisit my channel and watch those videos. I've released 4 videos already. Okay, start watching from number 4. Even if you can't watch, or make sure you watch number 4. Okay, this is the continuation of number 4. That the first 3 videos I released also were just for all the sessions. 1, 2, 3, 4 covers all session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. But with this one, part 4 and 5 covers everything, and it is past question for within session 1 to session 7. Yes, so that is it. So let's go through it. So falsifiability is a virtue of empirical science because it allows hypotheses to be tested rigorously against empirical science. When a hypothesis is falsifiable, it means that there are convincible observation or experiment that could potentially refute or disprove it. It is crucial for scientific method because it ensures that the hypotheses are the hypotheses are subject to scrutiny and can either supported or rejected based on evidence. So by striving for falsifiability, scientific theories become more robust and reliable. It becomes so more strong and reliable. And also as they constantly open a revision and refinement in light of new data. So all that you are trying to say is that for falsifiability, it is easy for empirical scientists to falsify it, to regard it as true or false. Okay, so the empirical scientists really they like it, and we regard falsifiability as a virtue of empirical science. Okay, and why do they value the falsifiability? Let me give you an example. If you say the earth is flat, okay, the scientists, this is a falsifiable statement. The scientists can do their research and come out to tell you that no, the earth is conical in shape, based on the evidences they will carry out. But if you use tautology, how do you call it, a tautology, like the woman is pregnant or not pregnant, this statement becomes very difficult for the empirical scientists to use this, because the statement is something you cannot verify. Okay, the person is either pregnant or not pregnant. This becomes difficult for them, but with the how do you call it, the falsifiability becomes so easy for the empirical scientists to falsify it. It becomes so easy for them to say that the earth is it's not how do you call it, flat, but rather conical in shape. If you say the sun rises from the west and ends at the east, the scientists can falsify this statement, right? So they value the how do you call it, the falsifiability. Okay, it is one of their virtue. Falsifiability is their virtue. Let's look at number 47. A syllogism has dash premise and a dash conclusion. So a syllogism has at least 2 premises and 1 conclusion. So let's look at it. The answer is A. One, that is 2 premises and 1 conclusion, and a single conclusion. Do you get it? It is not 3, it is not 4. If it is more than 4 or 3 and above, we call it enumeration. You can have like 7 premises or 8 premises. It is enumeration. And also, if it has what if it has only one premise and one conclusion, we call it what? End-timing. Okay, end-timing. And then let's look at number 48. All the following are syllogisms except A, modus ponens, B, disjunctive syllogism, C, pseudo syllogism, and D, hypothetical syllogism. This one should be on your fingertips. The answer is what? Pseudo syllogism. Pseudo syllogism is not. It's not part of the syllogism. We have what? We have the 4 value syllogisms are what? Modus ponens, modus tollens. We have disjunctive syllogism and hypothetical syllogism. Right, let's move to number 49. Offering justification for the claim you make create A, polemic, B, argument, C, fallacy, D, narration. So when you make a justification for the claim you make, it creates what? An argument. If you are saying men are cheats and you give an evidence, okay, or you give what? You give several evidences to buttress your claim. We call it what? Argument. It is never narration nor fallacy or polemic. It is what? An argument. Are you paying attention to all the answers I'm highlighting? Okay, let's move forward. Number okay, so this one I didn't really underline it. Would the empirical scientist accept the statement he will win the election or will not win the election? So this is supposed to be what? 50. Number 50. This is supposed to be number 50, but I think I made a mistake in the numbering. But don't worry, you see the compilation when typing these things, I was very fast too. I couldn't really number it. So the it says what? The empirical scientist, would the empirical scientist accept the statement? Will he win the election or will not win the election? And explain your answer. So as I've already explained to you, this one is so simple. The statement, he will win the election or will not win the election, is a what? It's a tautology. He will win the election or will not win the election. It's a tautology. It could be considered as what? A pseudo-scientific statement. When you say pseudo-scientific statement, there are statements that are that cannot be false. So if it's presented without what? Any empirical evidence or logical reasons to support it, pseudoscience often involves what? Making unfounded claim or predictions without proper scientific evidence or methodology. In this case, the statement lacks empirical support or a rigorous analysis of the factors influencing the election outcome, making it speculative and potentially falling into the realm of what? Pseudoscience. Okay, pseudoscience. So that is the answer. Number 50. One of the following has a missing premise. Which one is that? A, modus ponens. We have the tollens, modus tollens. We have what? End-timing, and then we have what? We have syllogism. So the answer is what? End-timing. Okay, or what some also call as what? End-theming. End-theming. So it is end-timing. It is what? It is it's a syllogism. Okay, that has only what? One premise. For example, Asamoah spoiled the penalty, therefore Asamoah is bad. Here we have only one premise and one conclusion. So it is what? A typical example of end-timing. Right? We are learning despite the fact that we are solving past questions. Is that not it? Yes. So let's move to number 51. Which of the following word can be well defined? Which of the following word can be well defined? We have family, A, family, B, abortion, C, odd number, and D, vehicle. So all these words are what? Open textured words. When they say open textured, they are words that are open to several interpretations. Example, love, humility, justice, fidelity. All these words are what? They are open textured because there can be so many interpretations. You can define humility as what? Being humble. I can define humility as an act of not seeing yourself as important than others, or the act of what? Not regarding others as what? Equal, right? So you may have your own definition for that. The same, all these words we have in here are open textured words, with the exception of even number. Odd number. Odd number is what? It is not an open textured word because it is coming from the mathematical field, and most words from the mathematical field are well defined. They are not open to several interpretation. Okay, let's look at the number 52. A substantive disagreement may be resolved when A, none of the given option; B, disputant present a convincing argument to the other; C, stipulative definition is provided; and then D, substantive. So D is not part. It is up to what? It is up to C. It is up to C, but with the D that I added there, it's a mistake. Okay, so ignore it. There's a definition for substantive dispute. For substantive dispute, they are what? They are type of what? Dispute. Okay, that exists because one side of the disagreement has in view different facts or subscribe to what? Contrasting values. So mostly substantive disagreement, it's what? It can be resolved when at the law court. Issues that are based on fact, you can't just resolve it by introducing a stipulative definition. Do you get it? If someone comes to tell you that he is your father's son because he was adopted by your father, and he also say that no, he's not your father's son because your mom didn't give birth to him. At the end of the day, issue like this, when you come and explain who a son is, the person will not understand it until it gets to the law court for us to deliberate on it. Do you get it? So if the disagreement, okay, it may only be resolved when the answer is none of the given option. When there's when the issue is being resolved at the law court, or probably there's a settlement. They meet to settle on these issues. Do you get it? That is all about the substantive disagreement. But if it is about the real definition, then we can say it is a verbal dispute. With this one, none of the option provides that. Okay, so the answer is none of the given option. Ignore the D. D is not part. It's a mistake. I was just giving the explanation for substantive dispute. It's not part. Let's look at number 53. The following statement: minors refuse to work after death, is challenged with A, equivocation; B, vagueness; C, ambiguity; and D, circularity. Minors refuse to work after death. It is challenged with A, equivocation; B, vagueness; ambiguity; and then circularity. So I'll go for equivocation. And why is it equivocation? You see, the minors, they refuse to work after death. So you see, the statement minors refuse to work after death is it's ambiguous, right? The statement is rather ambiguous. It is not equivocation, but rather ambiguous. It is ambiguous. Why? Because when you say minors refuse to work after death, it is ambiguous because it could be interpreted in multiple ways. It could either mean that minors after they die no longer work, which is obvious, or it could be interpreted as minors while still alive refusing to work because they fear death. So the ambiguity arises from multiple possible meanings of after death, right? So the statement is ambiguous. The statement is ambiguous. Do you get it? So that is it. Okay, so like I said, the answer here is ambiguous, right? Right, let's move forward. So it is not equivocation, but rather ambiguous. So when you get a question that says that minors refuse to work after death, it is ambiguous statement. Let's move to number 54. 54. For a good inductive argument where a logical contradiction between the premises the premises being true and conclusion being false is A, true, and then B, false. Okay, for a good inductive argument, there's a logical contradiction between the premises being true and the conclusion being what, false. So a good inductive argument does not necessarily mean what, the answer is what, false. Okay, a good inductive argument does not necessarily mean that what, there's what, a logical contradiction between the premises being true and the conclusion being false. Inductive arguments rely on evidences and reasoning to support the likelihood or probability of the inductive of the conclusion being true, rather than guaranteeing its truth. Therefore, there may not be a logical contradiction if the conclusion turns out to be false, or as long as what reason is valid, the evidences also support the conclusion to be to reasonably what agree. So what all that I'm trying to tell you here is that with the inductive argument, you can provide a good how do you call it? You can provide what, a good reasons, but at the end of the day, the conclusion can be what, be false. So with what the question is saying, that for a good inductive argument, there is what, a logical contradiction between the premises being true and then the conclusion being false. It is what, it is, the answer is what, is false. It is not correct. Okay, it is false. So that is it. Let's look at number 55. When an expression does not have a logical relationship with other expressions because it does not express complete thought, the expression is A, through, B, imperative, C, sentence fragment, and D, emotive expression. So the answer is what? Sentence fragments. Sentence fragments do not make meaning. They are incomplete sentences that do not make meaning. So when the expression does not have a logical relationship with other expressions, it is what? It is called sentence fragment. I hope you are okay with it. Number 56. A universal statement is a disguise of A, negation, B, none of the given option, and then C, conditional statement. So the universal statement, they are also what? They are a disguise of what? The conditional statement. Conditional statement is what? Is described as what? If A, okay, then B, okay, right? If A, then what? All A's are what? B. Let me give you the right. There's what? There's a let me give you a conditional statement. If you study, you will pass your exam. Okay, if you study, you will pass what? Your exam. So it comes in the form of what? Conditional. The universal statement comes in the form of what? A conditional statement. All A's are what? B's. If you study, you are going to what? Pass your exams. It's a conditional statement. Do you get it? So the statement here, which is what, a universal statement, is a disguise of what? It's not a negation, but rather what? A conditional statement. It disguises it, right? Let's look at number 57. An error in reasoning is described as A, none of the given option, B, syllogism, C, fallacy, and then D, enthymeme, right? So an error in reasoning, it is a fallacy, right? An error in reasoning is what? A fallacy. Let's look at number 58. You should cut the cloth and polish the surface only after drying out the dye. You should cut the cloth and polish the surface only after drying out the dye. You can then iron and fold. The expression can best be described as A, instruction, B, rhetoric, C, argument, and D, narrative. So the answer is what? It is it's an instruction. The person is giving an instruction that you should what? You should cut the cloth and then polish the surface. After drying out the dye, you can what? You can then iron it. So it is what? It is instruction the person is giving. Do you get it? And you get similar statement, you should be able to identify them. Let's look at number 59. In reasoning, you provide dash for the claims you make. A, reasons. B, All the given options correctly complete the given statement. C, evidence. D, justification. The answer is what? Or B, which is what? All the given options correctly complete the given statement. So in an argument, you provide claims, justifications, reasons to buttress what? Your argument, or to provide what? Justification to whatever that what you are arguing about, for people to believe that whatever you are saying is true, right? Let me give you the try question one. Write down an argument that depicts the modus tollens syllogism from form with this statement as it concludes: no cats are friendly. Please, everybody should participate in this. If you are watching this video, even if you are not on YouTube, please just click come here and participate in this. You are to form what? A modus tollens. Modus tollens is what? I'm giving you the formula for modus tollens. That is what? All A's are B's. This is not B, therefore this is E. All A's are B's. This is not B, therefore this is E. So use this one to form a modus tollens. And let's see. So now the conclusion. Your conclusion should be that no cats are friendly. Please try your hands on it and let's see. I'll mark it. So try question one. Then you write your argument, and then I'll come and then check for you. Please, if you do not take part in this thing, I don't know, but you have to do that, okay? Make sure, because when in an exams or in an IE and they ask you to form a disjunctive syllogism, it may not be the same question, right? But if they ask you to form similar question, similar how do you call it? They give you and they ask you to form similar sentences. It may find it difficult. So this time around, try your hands on this and let's see. Okay, and also a word can be categorized as either. So which is what? This is supposed to be number 62, but I've jumped all these ones. So let's move forward. There's no problem with that. So the answers are going to be that is the part 4 and part 5 are going to be 105 questions in all. So a word's meaning can be categorized as either A, theoretical or operational; B, moral and non-moral; C, connotative and denotative; and then D, directive and instructional. So this one, can you try your hands on this? What will be the answer? Is it connotative or so? Bonus question. Okay, you can write it if you are solving it. Say bonus question, write bonus question, and then add the answer. So for me, the answer is what? Connotative and what? Denotative. That is my answer. Connotative and then denotative. Right, let's look at the next question, which is what? Number 60, right? With number 60 says that what type of definition is typical of what? Of the expression: a crystalline compound formed from the neutralization of acid by a base containing a metal or group acting like a metal. So this kind of definition, which kind of definition is this? Okay, a crystalline compound formed from what? The neutralization of an acid by a base containing a metal or a group acting like what? A metal. This is so A, ostensive definition; B, logical definition; C, operational definition; and C is what? Theoretical definition; and D, operational definition. So the answer is what? Operational definition. Operational. It's operational definition. Operational definitions are from what? Different fields, okay, or different theories, okay, different fields, right? It could be a scientific term, it could be a mathematical term, okay, that have gained recognition, terms that have gained recognition in different what? Fields. Do you get it? So it is what? Operational. Theoretical. Operational is when you are what? You give step-by-step instruction on how to explain a meaning of a word. For example, if you want to teach someone, if you want to explain spaghetti to somebody, and you give the step by step. But what? Make sure you buy your Indomie, put it on fire. That is what an operational definition. But this one is a theoretical. Number 61. Choose alternative that expresses an interrogative using the content of the declarative sentence. This plant needs more water. This plant need more water. So we are going to convert it to interrogative. Okay. So choose the alternative that expresses an interrogative using the content of a declarative sentence. So this sentence is already in a declarative sentence, and they say we should convert it to an interrogative. Okay, which is the plant needs more water. The plant needs more water. So let's look at the options here. Is it so tedious? This plant needs more water. Is it so tedious? This plant needs more water. With this statement, it is what? It is it's what? How do you call it? Emotive, right? Emotive expression. And also when you say give this plant more water, it is a command which is also in a form of imperative. When you say does this plant need more water, it is what? It is an interrogative. So we needed what? Interrogative. But when you say please, did the technician water this plant? Did the technician water this plant? It is in the form of what? Request, right? Okay, right. So that is it. So when you look at it, say please, did the technician water this plant, please? So the please here make it what? A request. But when you say does this plant need more water, you are what? You are trying to get more information as to whether it needs water or not. Let's look at number 62. The type of argument whose conclusion is certain if the premises were true is called A, verifiable, B, valid deduction, C, strong induction, and D, confirmable. The answer is what? A valid deduction argument. It is a valid deduction. Why is it a valid deduction? Because with a valid deduction, if the premises are believed to be true, the conclusion is certain. The conclusion should be true. If I say all Ghanaians are black, Akwasi is a Ghanaian, the conclusion is already certain that Akwasi will be what? Will be black person. Do you get it? But if I say some Ghanaians are black, Akwasi is a Ghanaian, therefore with this one you know that it can either be true or false. Okay, with this one it is what? An inductive argument. So I can decide to say Akwasi, some Ghanaians are black, Akwasi is black, therefore Akwasi is not Ghanaian. Because the conclusion is not certain. You can deny it and it will still what? Make sense. Do you get it? Let's look at number 63. Scientific laws that describe regularities of past observation are labeled as what? Scientific laws that describe what? Regularities of what? Past observations are labeled as what? A, certainty. B, none of the given options. C, empirical, and then D, normative. So we say what? It is what? An empirical. So scientific laws are what? Are based on empirical evidence, which refers to what? Observation and experiment that have been conducted in the past. These laws describe regularities of pattern in these observations, forming the foundation of scientific understanding. Okay, so therefore they are what? Labeled as empirical because they derive from what? Empirical evidence. Okay, so that is the answer. So the answer is what? It's empirical. The scientific laws that describe regularities of past observation are labeled as what? Empirical. Let's look at try question 2. So try question 2. I think I've even deleted this one. Okay, I'll get you a try question. Let's look at number 64. Or what type of definition is typical of expression? Okay, so this is the try question 2 we are looking at. Okay, a crystalline is a compound formed from what? The neutralization of acid by a base containing a metal or group acting like metal. So what type of what definition is this? A, ostensive definition. B, logical definition. C, theoretical definition. And then operational. So number 64. drop the answer under the comment section. If you think it is logical, operational, theoretical, drop it. Don't just write only E and B. I will not know whether you are talking about this, but give me the option. If it is theoretical definition, write theoretical. Number 64, theoretical definition. Number 64, logical definition. I'll reply you. Number 63, a word's meaning can be categorized as either A, theoretical or operational. So with this one too is a try question. So you are doing try questions, 2 try questions. Okay, so a word's meaning can be categorized as what? Either theoretical or operational. B, moral and non-moral. C, connotative and denotative. D, directive and instructional. So which one is the answer? Let me know. Number 65. Number 65. What is the source of ambiguity in the expression? I went out in the woods and found a bat. I went out in the wood and found a bat. So which one is the answer? Which one is causing the ambiguity here? A, we have woods. B, I went out in the woods. C, found, and then D, bat. So I will go for what? Woods. The woods is causing the how do you call it, the ambiguity here. Somebody may also decide to go for B, but for me, if you ask, I'll go for E, because the wood is rather causing the ambiguity. So it could mean that the speaker found the bat while they were what? They were in the woods. Okay, it could mean that what? The speaker found the bat while they were what? They were in the woods. Or it also means that the speaker what? Found the bat after they had left the woods. Do you get it? So the wood is rather causing the ambiguity here. Okay. Right. Let's look at number 66. Which of the following dispute is okay? Which of the following dispute is what? I think the question is not complete. The question is not complete. Number 66. Which of the following dispute is? It wasn't complete. So we have what? Emotive expression, verbal dispute, substantive, and the question wasn't complete, so we won't tackle it. But I don't know whatever they will add. Okay. If they ask you that which of the following dispute is based on what? Fact, then you say it is what? A verbal dispute. But if they say which of the following dispute is if they say it is what? Which of the following dispute is based on what? Fact, it is substantive dispute. Pay attention to this. If it is about what? Fact, it is what? Substantive dispute. If it is about what? Meaning of a word, it is verbal dispute. Okay. Or that is it. So I'm sure they are going to ask you about any of these things. So know the differences so you can answer it. Number 67. When the definition does not cover all the things that correctly belong in the extension or denotation of the word, we say that it is what? If the definitions do not cover all the things that correctly belong in the what? The extension or the sentence, we say that it is what? A, too broad. B, too narrow. C, vague. And then D, circular. So the answer is what? Too narrow. If it is too narrow, when the definition does not cover all the things that belong in the how do you call it, the definition you are giving. Okay. If I say a chair is any metal that has 4 legs, I've left everything out. I've left most of the things. I'm trying to say that chair is only metal. Okay. So if I have plastic chair, it is not part. If I have metal chair, if I have a wooden chair, it's also not part. And aside that too, I said it has 4 legs. So like chairs that have 2 and 3 legs, benches and all those ones are not part. So they are too narrow. Number 68. Would you agree that a strong induction is certain, but what? A valid deduction is highly probable? Would you agree that a strong induction is certain, but a valid deduction is highly probable? Why and why not? Okay, so I don't really believe that a strong induction, okay, is certain. No matter the the percentage, okay, even if it is 99 point whatever, as long as it is what induction, it is not certain, the answer can still be false, right? If I say 99% of Ghanaians are Christians, Akwesi is a Ghanaian, therefore Akwesi is a Muslim. Can be true, because it could be that Akwesi is part of that 1% that are not Christians. Do you get it? So with the inductive argument, even if the how do you call it, the how do you call it, so it is false because an inductive argument is not certain, because it's what extrapolate what it is extrapolate from specific instances to what, to a general conclusion, which leaves room for what, error or exceptions. Conversely, a valid deduction, when based on true premises and following the rules of logic, it guarantees the truth of the conclusion, making it certain, okay, within the framework of deductive. So with the deductive argument, it is what, certainty. Certainty has to do with what, deductive, and then confirmation has to do with what, confirmation has to do with inductive. Okay, so that is it. Number 69. What is the consequence in the universal negation? What is the consequence? If you say no humans fly, what will be the consequence? X does not what? X does not fly. X is not human. X flies, and then X is human. So the answer is what? X does not fly. If I say no human being flies, I can proceed by saying that Akwesi does not fly. Do you get it? So Akwesi does not fly. So that is the answer. X does not fly. That is E. Number 70. Why analogies, causal argument, enumerative inductions, and argument based on sampling but not topic neutral? So why are all these things are based on sampling but not topic neutral? So analogies, causal argument, enumerative instructions, and argument are based on what? Instruction, and not topic neutral, because they rely on specific context, assumption, and example related to the topic at hand. Each of these forms of argumentation involves making connection or drawing conclusion based on the particular characteristics or relationship within the subject matter being discussed. Therefore, they are inherently tied to the specifics of what? Of the topic, and cannot be applied universally across all topics without considering their relevance and appropriateness. So that is the answer. Let's look at number 71. The following: in the increase of price of petrol causing the increase in the cost of public transportation. So sorry, I'm taking it again. Is the increase in price of petrol causing the price in the cost of transportation? So which statement is this? A, declarative. B, we have sentence fragment. C, command. And D, interrogative. So the answer is what? Interrogative. The person is what? Asking a question. That is the increase in price of petrol causing the increase in the cost of public transportation, yes or no? So the person wants to know whether it is true or false. So it is what? Interrogative. Number 72. Which of the following is not normative law? A, moral law. B, logical law. C, mathematical law. And D, scientific law. So the answer is a scientific law. Okay, scientific laws are also known as what? Natural laws. So when you say normative laws refers to systems of laws or principles that describe what people ought to do or how they should behave. So these laws are based on moral, ethical, or social norms, and are intended to regulate behavior within what? A society or organization. So all these laws are what? They are normative. How do you call it? They are what? They are normative, with the exception of what? The scientific law. Scientific laws are what? They are not normative, right? They are not normative, but rather empirical. So let's move to number 73. Construct what? Any type of a general statement that construct construct any type of general statement and rewrite the same as verifiable statement. Label each. So now you have to write what? A verifiable statement and what? How do you call it? A confirmable statement. With a confirmable statement, they are known as what? They are known as what? The general statement. And then verifiable statement are also known as what? Particular statement. So you have to give a particular statement, which is what? A verifiable statement, and then a general statement, which is what? The same as confirmable statement. So let's look at it. When you say general statement, if a statement is general or confirmable, it means statement whose reference class are what? Indeterminate. You can't determine their reference class. If, for example, all University of Ghana students are brilliant, how will you know the number of University of Ghana students? Okay, you can't count them. Okay, even if this is going to contradict you, let me say all Ghanaians are hospitable. The statement all Ghanaians, you will never be able to determine the number of Ghanaians you are talking about. You can't count them at that particular instances. Do you get it? So it is what? A general statement. If you say all people in the world, or okay, if you say some Chinese are hardworking. Some Chinese are hardworking. How do you know those people, Chinese you are talking about? Since you can't confirm or be able to verify those Chinese and tell me the number, we see that they are what? They are general. So we have given you several general statements. Let's look at the verifiable, which is known as what? Particular. Particular, they are what? Sentences which reference class can be counted. The reference class is what? Is the subject. Okay, reference class is the subject. So if you can count the subject, then it is what? A particular statement. So I said that Justin Praise is a Lego Knight. Justin Praise is a Lego Knight. How many people are we talking about here? It's only one person. It makes it what? A particular statement. The reference class is only one. We are talking about one person. Or if I say students in political science class are brilliant, the student in that political science class, we can count them. Do you get it? Therefore, making it what? A particular statement or verifiable statement. Number 72. Write down a sound syllogistic argument with this statement as its conclusion. Professor Amfo is the Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana. Professor Amfo is the Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana. So you have to write what? A syllogism that would depict it with what? With a conclusion that state that Professor Amfo is what? The Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana. Since they didn't specify whether you have to use the modus ponens, modus tollens, and the syllogisms, you can use any of them. You can use modus ponens, modus tollens, and so I'll use all of them to construct an example for you. So let me use modus ponens. Modus ponens. So modus ponens, this is what? All A's are B's. This is not. This is what? This is A. Therefore, this is B. Do you get it? We are affirming the antecedent. Modus ponens is known as affirming the antecedent. So we go by saying that all brilliant student, okay, all brilliant academician, or all brilliant what? Academicians are what? So let me take it this way. A brilliant academician is the professor of University of Ghana. Okay. How do you call it? Professor Amfo is what? A brilliant academician. Therefore, Professor Amfo is what? The Chancellor of what? University of Ghana. Professor Amfo is what? The Chancellor of what? University of Ghana. So I say that all academicians are, any academician is what? The Chancellor of what? The University of Ghana. Or all academician is what? The Chancellor of University of Ghana. Professor Amfo is what? A brilliant student. Therefore, she is what? The Chancellor of University of Ghana. So with another one too, you say well, all Vice Chancellors of University of Ghana are highly qualified academics. Okay. Professor Amfo is a highly qualified academic. Therefore, Professor Amfo is the Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana. Number 75. The following words and phrases can easily be operated. How do you call it? The following words and phrases can easily be operationally defined, except A, penalty shoot, B, faithfulness, C, we have water soluble, and D, banku. All these ones you can define them operationally. I can tell you the process involved in how do you call it, preparing banku. Is that not it? Soluble water too. I can tell you how to what to get a soluble water. Okay. I can tell you how to shoot penalty. Okay. If you want to shoot penalty, put it in the 18-yard box and then what? Kick it. Okay. It is operational definition. But faithfulness, how do you explain faithfulness? So the answer is what? Faithfulness. With faithfulness, you cannot operationally define it. You can use what? The logical definition. Logical definition will be the best option. Validity is a quality of not how do you call it? But validity of dash not. So let's look at it. When we say validity with this question, I think we even solved this one. We have solved this one. So validity is a quality of what? Of dash and not what? This. So the answer, we solved this one, so we would really go to it. But let me go to it. So a validity is the quality of what? Inductive what? Argument. Deductive what? Argument, but not what? A deductive argument. So that is D. The answer is D. The quality of validity is what? Deductive argument and not what? Inductive argument. Number 77. Choose the best example of non-moral value judgment. A. It is unfair for a man to murder another man. B. The catalyst is the best I have handled in so many years. C. There are more days in October than there are in other months. D. We have I wish I could go home. I hate taking examination. So the one that is no moral is B, which is what? The catalyst is the best I have handled in so many years. Number 78. If a valid argument has all premises being true, we describe that argument as what? A, through argument. B, none of the given options. C, sound, and then D, cogent. So if the argument has all the premises being true, then we say that it is what? A sound argument. Let me give you, all human beings walk. Ata is a human being, therefore Ata walk. Okay, the premises that says that all human beings walk, Ata is a human being. It is true. Human beings, we walk. Ata is also what? A name of human being. I've not seen any animal called Ata. So it is what? A sound argument and a valid argument. Argument, a sound argument. Every word, sound argument is a valid argument. Okay, but not all valid arguments are sound argument. Let me give you an example. If I say that all animals that live on a tree can fly, monkey is an animal, therefore monkey can fly. It's a valid argument, but not sound. Why is it not sound? Because it doesn't make sense. It is not true in reality. Do you get it? In reality, monkey doesn't fly. So if you say this, it becomes what? Unsound argument, but valid, right? So let's move to number 79. A triangle is any geometrical plane figure that has three sides with 180 degrees as the sum of all its interior angles. So what type of definition is this? A, definient. B, definiendum. C, ostensive, and then D, theoretical. This is what? A theoretical definition. Why is it a theoretical definition? It is a theoretical definition because it is defining a concept which is what? Which is what? A mathematical concept. And the mathematical, it comes from what? A specific field, which is what? A mathematical term as what? A triangle. So that makes it what? A theoretical definition. Number 80. Affirming the antecedent is another way of describing A, none of the given options. B, modus tollens. C, modus ponens. And D, affirming the consequent. So the answer is what? Modus ponens. Affirming the antecedent. And you know that I've taught you these things. The universal affirmation. When you say all A's are B's, all A's are B's, or A's are B's. Okay, so if I say all Ghanaians are smart, All Ghanaians are smart. Ghanaian is my A, and then smart is my B. Ghanaians is my A, and smart is what? My B. So he says what? Affirming the antecedent. So to affirm the antecedent, I'll use someone to represent my antecedent. The antecedent is what? The A, and then the. So like I said, so to affirm the antecedent, I rather what? That my antecedent is what? My A, which is what? Ghanaians. Okay, and then the consequent is what? The smart. Okay, so to affirm the antecedent, I'll use someone to what? To represent a Ghanaian. So I say that Kwame is a Ghanaian. Okay, Kwame is a Ghanaian. So this is what? How we affirm the antecedent. Now I'll go ahead to say that what? Therefore, Kwame is smart. Do you get it? So affirming the antecedent this is the best way to affirm what? The antecedent. Right, let's look at, so the answer here is what? Modus ponens. So modus ponens is what? All A's are B's. This is what? A, therefore this is what? B. Let's look at the 81. Definition, a definition by acronym commits A, circularity, B, too narrow, C, too broad, and then D, too vague. So the answer is what? Through circularity. So a definition by synonym commits what? Circularity. Let's look at number 82. The expression, your boss is a corrupt administrator, is an example of what? A, value judgment immoral. B, value judgment non-moral. C, value judgment fragment, and then D, value judgment moral. So this is what? A moral value judgment. So the answer is what? D. It's just a tricky question. Number 83. Validity presupposes soundness, true or false. So we have what? A, true, B, false, and then D, none of the above. So we have what? The answer is what? The answer is false. Validity what? Presupposes what? Soundness. Validity isn't what? Sound. Not all valid arguments are sound argument. Like the monkey example I cited on the monkey, that all animals who live on the tree can fly. Monkey is what? An animal, therefore monkey can fly. It is not true. It is valid but not sound. So validity does not presupposes what? Soundness. Number 84. If an argument is sound, then at least one of its premises must be true. So true or false? If an argument is sound, then one of its premises must also what? Be true. So we have what? True, false, and then both options. So if an argument is sound, at least one of its premises must be true. Okay, if the argument is what? Sound. No, all the this is not what? This is false, because a sound argument must have what? All through what? Premises, regardless of whatever the situation is. So let me give you try question 4. You drop the answer under the comment section for me. A type of argument whose conclusion is certain if the premises were to be true is called A, verifiable, B, confirmable, C, strong induction, and D, valid deduction. So what will be the answer? If what? A type of argument whose what? Conclusion is certain if what? The premises were to be true. So drop the answer under the comment section. Number 84. If I say that if you accept the premises of a valid deduction to be true but deny the conclusion being true, it will create what? So if you accept the premises of the valid deduction to be true but deny the conclusion being true, it creates what? Contradiction, right? The answer is contradiction, not ambiguity, not equivocation or vagueness, but it is what? Contradiction. Number 86. If the evidence only repeats the conclusion, the argument is what? A, both of the given option, B, begging the question, and C, circular. So circular and begging the question, they are the same. So if the evidences repeat the conclusion, then we can say that they are what? Both option, which is what? A. That is what? A, right? Number 87. So number 87, which is what? The statement, she is either positive or not positive, is an example of a pseudo-scientific statement. So the answer is what? A pseudo-scientific statement. If I say she is pregnant or not, it is what? A pseudo-scientific statement. Okay, let's look at number 88. The sentence, God is omnipotent, And then the creator of what? The creator of this world is an example of A, civil law, B, natural law, C, divine law, D, logical law, and then E, none of the above. So with this one, I'll go for none of the above, because this is not a law, right? And neither also what? A definition. So I'll go for none of the above. So number 89, affirming the consequent is dash A, syllogistic fallacy, B, a valid argument, C, inductive argument, D, a sound argument, and then all of the above. So when you say you're affirming the consequent, it is what? A syllogistic fallacy. When you affirm the what? So affirming the antecedent is what we call what? Affirming the affirming the, how do you call it? When you affirm the affirming the antecedent, okay, is what we call what? The modus ponens. But when you go and affirm what? The consequent, it becomes what? A fallacy of what? Affirming the consequent. Do you get it? So it becomes a fallacy. So we call it what? A syllogistic fallacy. Number 90, denying the consequent is A, syllogistic fallacy, B, valid argument, C, inductive argument, D, a unsound argument, and then E, none of the above. So the answer is what? The answer is a valid argument, right? Okay, so number 91, when an argument begs a question, it means that A, it contains too many questions. B, the word which is being defined is repeated in the part that provides the meaning of the word. C, a word which has more than what? One meaning is found in all parts. Okay, and then we have the syllogistic fallacy, and E, none of the above. So the answer is what? B, the word what which is being defined repeat in the part that provides the meaning of the word. So example, if I say that a driver is someone who knows how to drive, it's what? It's begging the question, because I'm using what? Drive to define driver. Do you get it? So I'm begging the question. Number 92, which is what it says that the passage happiness in the end of life. The end of life is death. So happiness is death. It represents what? Which type of fallacy? A, secularity, B, equivocation. We have ad hominem, and then we have appeal to truth. So with this one, I'll go for equivocation. Okay, I'll go for equivocation. Right. So I have try questions for you, which I'll read them, then you answer them. So you write number 91, if it is particular statement, you write. If it is general statement, so you write them. So I have these ones for you. So all men in Accra are people who would like to ensure that the city is always clean. Is it particular or general statement? Okay, drop it under the comment section. Number 94, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday constitute days of the week. So is this a general or a particular statement? Okay, drop it. 94 for me. 95, 30. So 37.2% of teachers who are paid by private employees eat balanced meals twice in a day. So we have a particular statement, general statement, and then none of the above. And then so we have what? Every Muslim is expected to marry one wife, except in special circumstances. So with this one, we have statistical hypothesis, law-like, and then we have neither of this. So with this one is what? A law-like hypothesis, because it includes what? Every Muslim, right? Okay, let's look at number 97. An illuminative definition may be defined as what? As the answer here is essential definition. Illuminative definition may be defined as what? Essential what? Definition. And then number 98, which of the following is more about the speaker than the fact? So we have rhetoric, polemic, we have emotive. So emotive is an option, and then all of the above. So I'll go for all of the above. And then number 99, in this trot also, is this trotro going to Cathedral Square? Is this trotro going to the Cathedral Square? We have A, interrogative, a declarative statement, B, interrogative, C, command, then sentence fragment, and also emotive expression. So the answer is what? Interrogative, because the person is asking a question that, is this trotro going to the cathedral square? And 100. Okay, so when a passage is about the order of event, then it is what? The order of the passage. When the passage is about the order of event, then we call it what? A narrative. The answer is what? A narrative. 101. Either we are returning to New York today, or we intend to painting our room. We intend to painting our room, so we are not returning to New York. So we have A, hypothetical syllogism, disjunctive syllogism, denying the antecedent, modus ponens, none of their best. So this is what? A disjunctive syllogism. It comes in the form of either this or that. Do you get it? And then number 102, we are left with the last question. So either the computer was stolen or the goat was not mine. Okay, either the computer was stolen or the goat was not mine. The computer was not stolen, so the goat was not mine. This is also what? A hypothetical syllogism. Let's look at the last question, which is what? All Ghanaians are rich. All rich people are interested in dancing agbaza. So all Ghanaians are interested in dancing agbaza. This is also a hypothetical syllogism. So this is what? B, a hypothetical syllogism. So this is the end of it all. The videos are here, which is what? UGRC150 Pasco review. You go through, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you find this video interesting, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell, and also click on the link I've dropped under my comment section, so that if I drop a link in my WhatsApp channel, you'll be able to get access to it. God bless you for your time. Thank you all for your time.